Hi guys, and welcome to the new series of videos called Howlett Explains. In this one I'm actually going to be mentioning what is Skulduggery Pleasant, and the reason why I'm going to do this is to introduce anyone that doesn't know about the series to it, and to also just reinforce the knowledge that you guys have of the series and to just basically introduce you to the series as a whole. So, what is Skulduggery Pleasant? Skulduggery Pleasant is actually three things. There's the entire book series, as displayed here. There's the character, who is the main character within the books. And there's also the first book, which is just called Skulduggery Pleasant, or Sceptre of the Ancients as it's known in the US. So, starting with the series, this is the series, as I am modelling here. And the series basically follows a girl called Stephanie, who, at the beginning of the book, finds out that her uncle has died, but the circumstances are not natural. It's not something that she expected to happen, so there's some mystery there. And through his death, and through the funeral and the reading of his will, she meets somebody called Skulduggery Pleasant, and one night, at her uncle's house, she's been left alone, and suddenly this man appears, and he threatens her, and he breaks into the house, and Skulduggery saves her. And basically what happens for the rest of the book is, she gets introduced to this world of magic, this magical thing that she never even knew existed. She didn't know the world of magic existed, she didn't know that people who could do magic existed. And she basically gets pulled into all sorts of things that she never even dreamt of. And she becomes a big part in loads of different things that she never even thought could even happen. And after the first book, she teams up with Skulduggery and becomes his partner. And the rest of the series basically follows her and his adventures to save the world from various evils and people and nasty men. The series, I'm just going to take you through it. So the series actually has 9 books, but only 7 have been released so far. As well as the 7 main books, there's also been 2 novella releases. There's been The End of the World and The Maleficent 7, which came out recently. So, if I just briefly take you through the series, you've got Skulduggery Pleasant, Skulduggery Pleasant Playing with Fire, Skulduggery Pleasant The Faceless Ones, Skulduggery Pleasant Dark Days, Skulduggery Pleasant Mortal Coil, Skulduggery Pleasant Deathbringer, Skulduggery Pleasant Kingdom of the Wicked. In order, if you wanted to read them chronologically, you would read Skulduggery Pleasant, Playing with Fire, The Faceless Ones, Dark Days, Mortal Coil, Deathbringer, then The End of the World, then Kingdom of the Wicked, and then Tanithlo and the Maleficent 7. After Tanithlo will be the 8th book, Last Stand of Dead Men, and after that probably just the 9th book. I don't think there'll be any more novellas coming out between now and then, so if you want to read the series, that is the order you would do it in. The second thing that Skulduggery is the first book in the series. As I mentioned, this is the first one that ever came out, and that came out in 2007. I actually have an uncorrected proof. Basically, the first book is what Derek Landy imagined. He had the sudden idea, the sudden name of Skulduggery Pleasant, and then he thought, hey, I can make a story out of this, I can make an entire series out of this. And he's developed this idea so much that now there's an entire world, there's several hundred characters, and each one has their own appeal, each one has their own vigour and just personality. And the reason why I love this series so much is because it's amazing. There's humour, there's action, there's romance, brilliant plots, there's basically everything that you could want. And the thing that got me into this was not the proof copy, it was actually the first book, which I got for free. The final thing that Skulduggery Pleasant is the character. The main character of the series, apart from Stephanie Edgley / Valkyrie Kane, is Skulduggery. And the thing about Skulduggery is, he's a skeleton. He's a living skeleton. And the reason why he's so special is because he's also a sorcerer. He's also a detective. He solves crimes, and he's dead. So it's a bit creepy, but a very, very, very good idea at the same time. There hasn't been another skeleton detective, as far as I'm aware, so it's a very original idea, and he's so witty, sarcastic, egotistical. There's basically everything that you could want in a main protagonist. He's very, very attractive in the sense that you would want to read more about him. He's very mysterious as well. We don't actually know that much about him. He's a character, it's a series, and it's a book. And If there's anything else you guys want explaining, just leave a comment, because I think I've covered everything you need to know. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the first Howlett Explains, and this basically introduced you to the series, the book, and the character. So if you need more information, as I just said, leave a comment, and thanks for watching, basically. See ya. Tenaflo and the Maleficent 7, which is a Derek